Hello everyone, this is Cookies, and I've got turn 67 of Skids, and I saw a little bit of the game chatter, and it sounds like Hinnom pulled a maneuver, so let's go ahead and jump in. So we get 3 messages. Things are getting really interesting. Last turn, I was at 5 thrones and sitting on 6, but one is stormable by Zib, and another is close to breaking. So as is my tradition, I've renamed everyone in the fort defense against bats, and I'm actually hoping they just storm in blind with their 5,000 sacreds. If I win, then I can use the items next turn against Berytos. I just need a few turns to claim them all. So it really is a race against time. Well, you've got to crack the Fomoria for it. But yeah. Should be able to make a new profit soon, just in time for the last 2, if I manage to hold everywhere. This is really interesting. I thought he had a seducer profit. Maybe I missed it dying? I must have missed it. Or it didn't register. Okay, so that's... And I've been wondering for like 20 turns why he hasn't claimed the... I think it's the Iron Throne. And that's probably why. So if I don't take the throne this turn, Hinnom will claim 2 more. Then he just needs to claim the last one. Theoretically, Berytos will crack a throne before then, but I'd rather think it's me stopping the rush with the storm this turn. Right, because you're trying to hide your own rush. There are a lot of if, buts, maybes that goes into thinking of how to stop a throne rush most effectively. This one has been hard to understand. Most of the players are not really forthcoming of what exactly is happening. You could say it was pure luck with the timing. Even though I had about 1.2k siege power the first turn and 2.3k the second turn, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to crack it. And using scrying, I've confirmed no additional troops have been gatewayed in so far, but they can always show up last second. That is certainly true. I wish I'd put together my research to hit better battlefield spells for this situation. Right now I'm going for Construction 7 and Blood 7 to put together SCs. But for the Storm, I would much rather have had something like Pen Gear versus SCs for Soul Slay. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it makes him feel a little bit better, Hinnom's research isn't that much better. But if I remember right, it is a little bit better. Alright. Sorry, message bugged out. Pack Ferocity for all my animals. Growing Fury to make them berserk and ignore morale checks for repel. Enslave Mind for SCs. Relief. Not really for this build, but for every big battle, it's a must. Earthquake Warriors, great on lots of attacks. Solar Eclipse or Twilight. The best one would be Darkness here, but he probably just doesn't have it. Alas, this is the price I pay for spending too much time blood hunting and summoning scorpions. Let's see. Is Growing Fury the AoE 21 now? Or is that the battlefield wide? We'll have to see when we watch it. Finally, I want to say this has turned out to become a throne rush for me too. By taking the throne this turn, I only need 2 more to win. My idea is to siege as many of Hinnom's thrones as possible as fast as I can and steal at least 1 while I nap break Mekone and steal his next to my fort. I know, such a bastard. Yeah, but at some point people do have to defend their thrones with more than paper agreements. Alright. Hopefully Hinnom will obfuscate my intentions and cause enough chaos to divert everyone's attention from my actual plan. I don't have access to crumble or iron walls, so it's very easy for me to lose a throne once the jig is up. I don't think this game will last very much longer either way. If it does, though, if both Hinnom and Xibalba get rolled back a bit, I think that puts in a very good place. But the longer the game goes, the better for because they have to get out to all these different thrones. They border a lot of them, but I don't think they have any themselves yet. All right. So not a lot of battles, but hopefully some entertaining battles. We've got Xibalba attacking Flemistan. Fully, ooh, a Heartweaver Scarab. This is pretty cool. So you have 5 temporary blood slaves. With a Ring of Returning, I kind of wonder if these just like send him home himself, but because I thought it was supposed to get bleeding, but maybe inanimates can't bleed. But this is a Hell Power Golem, which is really neat. I mean, he's not going up against much. This is something that I would have preferred to clear with troops. Okay. So he took 2 points of damage from fatigue and sent himself home. Alright. So does the horror come onto the field and do anything? Okay, so we got a Mind Slime. Now, this guy is ethereal. He's also invisible. But these guys do have magic weapons, so if they do happen to hit, and they have pretty decently high attack scores. They also have Berserker. But no. Interesting. Okay. So I guess that Golem's ready to go again. That's interesting. Alright, I thought it was a Hell Power Golem, but a Call Horror Golem is... I don't think I've ever seen that, where it just sends itself home so you can keep using it. Alright, and Raphabolia. Oh. Got a bunch of griffins. I really like these commanders. I always get sad when I see people kill them off. Alright. Maybe he was hoping it could kill one PD. Alright. In Furia, we've got a pack of Draconians killing one PD. Banded Hills. Got a pack of Jaguars against a little bit of PD. They're not blessed. I mean, there's enough of them, it doesn't matter. But if they ran into something like a Melkart could pretty easily be designed to tank all of them. So a little risky. Let's see, that was Banded Hills. Yeah, nothing died. All right, in Misty Bog, we've got Berytos attacking. A band of elite soldiers. All right. And then we've got Marverni. So this is the Mound Fiend squad. They're definitely going to kill that werewolf. Then in Ripe Woods, we got Berytos attacking Hinnom. More Draconians. In main, we've got Xibalba attacking Hinnom. Whole bunch of long dead horsemen. Is this a Hinnom bat? Wait, I'm so confused. Wait. These are both Hinnom bats. How much seduction is going on here? Okay. So this was, I think, supposed to be one of the Sabbath Masters. Oh my goodness. All right. That definitely threw me off. All right, then we've got Salt Plains. We've got a Melkart killing 1 PD. In Tenvir, we've got Berytos attacking Hinnom. Alright. In Gilged, we've got Hinnom attacking Xibalba. Just a mage. Oh, but nothing's home, really. In Rim Mountains, we've got attacking Helheim. This guy's got a few earth gems. Alright, the elf gets tired of getting attacked. Then in Grey Barrier, we've got Marverni attacking Hinnom. There's a little bit of stuff here, but there's not much. Looked like Fort PD, I think. So this is probably a fort. Yeah, it's Fort PD. All right, in Ledia, we've got Hinnom attacking Berytos. Pretty budget, but not quite budget enough. Or should have been a little less budget. Probably worth trying, though. I mean, if it just ran into 1 PD, it would have worked. Berytos against Hinnom. Another pack of Draconians into 1 PD. Then in the Bulwark, we got Helheim against Wait, what's his name? Last one, the Vanjarl. All right. Oh, and we're gonna get Strength of Giants. Did he not trigger gem usage? Oh. Oh, but we've got a Hell Sword Thug. Okay. Hit him in the body for 54 points of damage. Crazy high attack skill. Gets 43 points of life drain. Let's see. So 31 attack, crazy high attack. How did he get it that high? So that's 5. Berserk 8. Oh, it's a Berserk Thug. So we got Berserker +1, Berserker +3, attack skill +5. So it's 10 from items. And I think the guy is the headhunter has some Berserker. Oh my goodness. All right. So it gets hit for 17. Took 2 points of poison damage. Took another 8 points. I wonder how many hit points he had coming into this. +2. Ah, so it's limited. Alright. So it's only +2 HP. -10 fatigue. I guess it would be a little broken. Okay. Kind of want to see that one again. Where am I just blind? Where is this guy? Oh, here he is. Yeah, I'm just blind. So he's got the shock res for the Vanjarl. He's got the Hell Sword. Berserker 8, 39 hit points. 31 attack, 45 damage. Alright. That's pretty cool. And Gray Barrier. Got another pack of Marverni. Wait, didn't we just watch this? Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the wrong battle. Alright, World's Teeth Mountains. There we go. Alright, we have the final countdown with the Shield of the Accursed. Okay, so Horror marks attackers. Sword of Swiftness. He's starting to get better gear. Then we've got Illusory Army for Chaff. He's going to do Phoenix Pyre. Oh, yeah. Long Dead Horsemen with lances. Well, they might hurt him. Does he have regen? Yeah. I think they're going to have a hard time. We got Cave Kobolds. Oh, but we've got no mages. Right? Yeah, this is a mistake. This is way too much stuff in one province to not have mages. Alright, let's see if this Melkart kills it all. It's going to be a lot of lance charges coming in. The fire shield is going to help the lance charges come in faster, too. But it's also the win con. But it doesn't look like the lances do enough to overcome regen. Oh, I mean, there was a few big hits. So he's fatigued out now. He might die here. 18 HP. Okay. Oh, he's routing. Oh, I kind of hate that. I wish Phoenix Pyre thugs, if they have low enough fatigue, which this guy doesn't, so I'd be fine with it in this case. If they have less than 100 fatigue, it's my opinion that a Phoenix Pyre thug should ignore their HP for routing purposes. But let's see. So he explodes. It's a shame he couldn't get more reinvigoration gear on that guy, because he probably could have killed everything. Alright. So that was down here. So that's 193 units gone, which is pretty significant, although this guy was a pretty significant investment as well. I think it's 20 Long Dead Horsemen for 10 death gems. So is that like 8 casts? Like, I don't know, we could probably call it like 80 death gems and 15 glamour. So I think this guy was profitable. Look, I mean, he had a fair amount of expensive kit. 20, 25, 30, 40. Yeah, I think he was like barely kind of profitable against that. All right. Then in Jelenia Gora, got another milk cart. Different kit, but I don't think anyone's home really. The sage is running away. All right. In Faldenberg, got a couple of lizard shaman, a few jaguars, more long dead horsemen. Now, it could be long dead horsemen might have gotten buffed. It could be more, but all right. So now we're at the sieges. So this is, I think, Sauromatia. All right, so this one's getting pretty much given up. I don't think we need to watch that. Ends up losing 5 griffins, 7 long dead horsemen. That's fine. Winter peaks. Alright, so we've got Mekone storming. What do we have inside? A whole bunch of air 2s. Air 4. 3 air and a death gem. I wonder what the death gem is for. Soul Vortex? And then the 3 air gems are maybe like Army of Mist. Oh, this guy's also got 3. It could just be air elemental spam. It's also doing Soul Vortex. Alright, here's all the gems in kit. Got a thugged out Earth Gnome from Mekone. Black Steel full plate. Pretty funny. He could put that on so many different commanders. It's fun that he chose this Earth Gnome. All the Fomorian druids have an air gem, so I think we're gonna have air elemental spam. And then we've got the 2 Cryptes thugs. Crown of Titans. That is an expensive piece of kit for someone with 4 protection. But this is to get these 35 damage lightning bows and 59 damage halberds of might. I mean, at this point, you've put... now, he's going to have a lot of discounts foraging. It should be like a hammer discount, the throne discount. But, I mean, this is still 15, 30, 40 gems worth of kit. Even if he's making those 3 pieces for 6, that maybe this is 6, so 12. And then this would be 9 and 4. And then 3 off. So 10. So 16. I guess this is only 22 gems. I mean, it's still pretty significant. It's worth spending 2 gems for an armor piece, in my opinion. But might be running low on armor. Yeah, he's got a few of these. He's also got this Locust with Bloodstone armor. So this guy's got 10% regen. He's flying with a Gate Cleaver, unequaled obesity, so he's 100 hit points. This guy's a monster. Alright, let's see how it goes. It can be a lot of shock damage here. We've got this Air Communion, and then we've got these Storm Drakes as well from Mekone's side. Alright, I'm curious. Air Elementals? Okay. Yeah. The issue with Air Elemental spam is Mekone's got all sorts of magic weapons. Okay, but I'm not sure what else he would do there. I think I would have just spent the air gems on Thunderstrike spam. I probably would have Cloud Trapeze the kings out. Let's see. So I kind of want to see it again. Let's see, where were we? This one. Just want to get an idea of some of the buffs being done. Alright, so we got a lot of mist form. It looks like we had... Yeah, just enough mist form to just cover everyone. Okay. We've got a few air elementals. Yeah, they really got nerfed coming into Dom 6. Now, this does not give him chakras. So, a lot of the Mekone army did not have chakras, so this guy's stunned at the moment. But the Drakes also have a normal bite. And then... So Draconians have 2 attacks to try and whittle down these air elementals with. And these guys have golden spears. Do the Ectromas also? Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's tough, I think. Especially with the Gate Cleaver guy. Alright. So here's the result of that. 2 of the Crystal Sorks go down. 6 of the Storm Drakes, some of the Giants. Fomoria loses 23 mages. Okay. Oh, and then I guess the other piece, we could look at what buffs Mekone did. Like what their communion was doing. Legions of Steel and Soulslay. I guess we can check to see how effective it was. So I'm sure they got some of the troops, but in terms of commanders, looks like they got 2 of the Fomorian kings with Soul Slay, which was both of them. And then they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the druids. So that was pretty effective. Definitely worth it. All right. Next one, we've got Iron Peaks. Cone attacking Sauromatia. Trying to finally put the AI out of its misery. Pretty basic little army. He's got 3 of these guys with these Halberd of Might kits, although only one has a Crown of Titans. And then we've got the Effer now with what looks like one of the old Cryptes kits. So he's up at 24 defense. And then we've got a big Cyclops sitting back here who's diseased, who's doing some of the army buffs. Alright, you might get a Skull Mentor for loot. Alright. So loses a few things, but takes the fort. Oh. Oh, okay. So I skipped a battle. Alright. Alright. So this is what the comments were about. Alright, so we've got Xibalba storming the fort here. And then we've got Hinnom here. With polished brass balls. Alright. Let's see. We've got 2 Mel carts. Huntrix go. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to look at all these names. Alright, so sweet, so easy on the eyes, whole life, spreading lies, and its ugliest sin. Alright, and then it looks like a fair number of nature gems. Xibalba's got death, fire. He's got a numbering scheme, I think, to help manage the Sabbath. And then, but hideous on the inside. But hideous on the inside, because I see your real face. Time to put you in your place. It's time to kick you out because you're rotten within. It's like a whole poem in the commander listing. All right. And then, okay, so this guy is doing maybe some anti-magic or enslave mind. Got a couple of Chilan thugs with Twilight Glaives. Got a black bow, which could be a little frightening for the Pretender and some of the big mages. I'm about to switch up, but baby, you can't hide. Nice try. Finally open my eyes. And then Skibbity Zabbity and Huntrix go. I don't think you're ready for the takedown. Alright. Let's see. So we've got the Prophet here for Xibalba. A little bit thugged down. Has a chainmail of displacement. So both of these milk carts are looking like thug kits with the race swords. We got this Oniki with a couple of nature gems. What do you... Is this... What is this? Is this Rigor Mortis? Earth 5, Petrify. pretty nasty. I think that's what this guy's job is. He's got the shade mail to get him inside the fort. And then this guy's got fire and death boosters. And a bunch of fire gems. 18 MR, if he's doing Firestorm, he's not going to be happy. But we'll see. There's a lot of blood vengeance. Rigor Mortis, Light of the Northern Star, and Heat from Hell. Is this one also Phoenix Fire? Okay. Scorpions ran out of steam right in front. How's the Pretender holding up? 70 HP? We can speed it up a little now. MR. I honestly thought this guy would have died by now. Right, so stuff's gonna start waking up now. But it's probably routed, yeah. Oh, the whole army isn't routed. Well, how did the... All right, I have some questions. Let's see. So I want to know how this dust priest ends up surviving this. Okay, so he gets jacked off of Soul Vortex. Heat from Hell, part of the fatigue play. That makes sense. Takes a little bit. Yeah, it gets knocked down to 20. Oh, but he's regenning a bit off of the scorpions. So he's at 18. Alright, I can probably take a second to go through what a lot of people cast. Giant warriors, giant warriors, giant warriors. Pack ferocity. Got Hellbind Heart, Wither Bones. Horde of Skeletons. Some Fireballs. Flame Ward. Yeah, I think really kind of done him by not having either, what is it, Frostflesh Army or Firefend? Claim Life, okay. Let's see, we got more Phoenix Pyre shenanigans, Marble Warriors, Spell Ward. Okay, so could couldn't didn't have the tech for anti-magic, so we're doing Spell Ward. It really is comical to me that two of the people in probably the best position to win right now, I think, are bottom of the chart on tech. Let's see. Anything else that's interesting? Oh, well, we missed some of it, but I mean, we've caught some of it too. More Marble Warriors, Rigor Mortis. Okay. Phoenix Pyre Blessing. That's the buff script. Bloodlust, more Pack Ferocity. Got some Divine Blessing and Claim Life spam. Alright. So what's the tally? This is going to be a big blow to Xibalba. So he loses 9, 12, 14, 16, 17, 27, 32 mages. And about 350 mostly sacreds. I mean, we're talking 82 Aussies, 23 Sun Guides, 54 of the big Scorpions, 95 Jaguars, 37 Beast Bats. Now, this was This was no picnic on Hinnom's side either. He loses 12 mages, along with over 100 dustwalkers and warriors, a few fall bears, 54 long dead archers, a bunch of mechanical men, some summer lions. But generally speaking, even though this army got wiped, and it might be Hinnom's biggest army at this point, the idol is still alive, so it can pivot. He's still got the 2 mill carts. He's just not going to get to pick up any of the gear because all the other commanders died. Which is a common price to pay killing a Blood Vengeance army. Okay. So that's going to set Xibalba back quite a bit. And we've got 3 assassinations. All right. There we go. And all right, so I think all 3 survived. No, one died. Okay. Oh, I got some luck for a change. All right. So, can I afford my lab again? No, I'm still too poor. All right. So when it comes to the underground, not much movement still. But let's go ahead and skip over to the over map. We've got a huge army waiting in the wings to take Nilmeria if Berytos stumbles. And honestly, it's so large, I would be worried as Berytos that it might move in anyways, even if Berytos wins. But I mean, we'll see what happens here. I mean, this is a huge army. Distant Horizon definitely would like to have a throne in this game. Berytos is rallying more stuff. We've got a lot of Storm Demons, more Shed. So I think he's got the Blood 9 Storm Demon spell. Well, I'm positive he has it, because I don't think you would get them otherwise. So I think he's going to start scaling a second army, or he might swing in a whole bunch more demons. We'll have to see. I'm not sure if Hinnom sees this army or knows about it. So he's definitely going to get put on the clock in Nilmeria. With this down, he's going to have to re-siege this fort again. He did secure all but one of the retreat routes for whatever stuff that did get away, although not much did because it was a fatigue play. And then, is this fort cracked? It's still not cracked. I think this is by far his biggest issue at the moment. The Marverni, I guess the Boars are trying to re-siege this, but I think this stuff is heading over to try and help siege this. And that's why it's got the cave kobolds as well, but we'll see. He might be thinking of taking Ard, but I don't know that he has time to take Ard. I think you want to get this stuff over here and try to crack this fort. Xibalba is definitely on the way. We've got more stuff around here, although I think a lot of this can be cleaned up by mill carts. Man bad. Okay. Let's see. Berytos, meanwhile, continues to expand, is now in Hinnom's cap circle with very expendable raids. So he's not going to have to be too concerned. He's got almost all of Hagoria. This would be a great target for Berytos, taking Sitha. I don't know, like, yeah, he is viewing Marverni as kind of like dead, because they haven't been counter raiding enough, which I think is good. Just go ahead and move into Marverni. And then, yeah, I think you maybe form a new army out of this and you go take Sitha before Xibalba gets over there. Yeah, like he's got stuff here. He's got the demons over here. Hopefully this is an army to take Sitha. And then, I mean, ideally, I think you would try to rally another force and maybe go and try and take Kasevik Highlands, but that might be getting a little bit too active. You could certainly get down here. I mean, there's a lot of gems in this one. 4 gems, yeah. But, I mean, we'll see what Berytos is thinking about doing, but we'll have to see what happens over Nilmeria. I'm not seeing any other indications that is planning to fight Xibalba or try to stop Xibalba. Although it does look like he's dom pushing Xibalba a bit. What is the Dominion? Oh, I don't get to see? Maybe this is using the old Omniscience mod or something. I don't know. I feel like I should be able to see whose Dominion it is. But we do have a force here. And it's only 400 wall integrity. There is an Archon here. He might be able to iron walls this if he sees it coming. But we'll see if he does. He did just take Winter Peaks. But a couple of new forts have opened up, so he might be drawn further west to try and take this stuff. And I think that's mostly everyone. I think if I'm and Hinnom posts that screenshot, I would consider fighting Xibalba. And I think is one of the more reasonable matchups. They have a lot of foreign recruit that they can feed into a Blood Vengeance meat grinder. They've got just a lot of troops that they can trade off with. They all hit fairly hard. His mages aren't necessarily going to be super prone to evocations with nature and water and some of the other paths on his nation. So, I mean, they'll still kill themselves, but maybe not at the same rate as a fire nation. So, I think that would be I think this would be a great opportunity for to try and like march through the Xibalba region. He should be able to stay peaceful with Mekone. I know they've got a large border, but invading proper would be kind of awkward. I don't know that Mekone wants to do that, although he's getting kind of noodly a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna cheer for the Xibalba war rather than the Berytos war. Now he might be holding back if he thinks that there's a throne rush happening, because he wouldn't want the game to end. But hopefully he does realize that Xibalba is one of the leaders as well. So if you hear good news with Nilmeria, then maybe you can spare the troops to go start a war with Xibalba. Now, I don't know that you need 800 troops to try and guarantee Nilmeria falls, but I suppose it helps. Although it looks like a lot of these are soulless, so maybe the actual like gold costed army isn't too bad. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the graphs. So we can see Hinnom getting raided to pieces, just not enough stuff. Even though Stonetroll is a master of coming up with new stuff, yeah, it's it's a lot to ask, given all the people attacking him at the moment. Xibalba's about even. Berytos on the ascendant, so starting to catch up with the rest of the pack on territory, which is good for Berytos, kind of staying relevant. I think they're getting kind of close to almost doubling, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. They're maybe 30 to 40% bigger. But that goes a long way to making them more, giving them a bigger shot in this game. Then for forts, we have 4 players with an identical number of forts, with Xibalba in the lead. On income, we've got still way out in front. Berytos has passed Xibalba, though, with their new territory. On gem income, we've got followed by Xibalba. For blood income, Xibalba's way up there. I think Berytos is still blood hunting dead lands, so his blood economy isn't very prosperous, and we can take a look at that in just a second. For research, Berytos is still far and away the leader. It would take other players many turns to catch up to Berytos. For Dominion, we've got Xibalba and out in front. For army size, we can see the big dip that Xibalba took this turn, but also the dip that Hinnom took this turn. And relative to how many bars they had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Hinnom lost about, well, maybe 20 to 25% of his stuff. And Xibalba maybe a similar amount, but Xibalba's got more stuff. And then, although the Pretender still being up means that the Rigor Mortis play can happen again. Although I don't know if it'll work as well against Berytos, assuming Berytos brings all of their magic to bear. And they do have a lot of magic. Alright. And then, yeah, Xibalba and Hinnom have yet to surpass Helheim's magic. And Helheim's basically dead. So the tech gap up between all these players is crazy, actually. Alright, so let's take a look at Berytos' blood hunting. He has blood hunted Ochre Desert down to 0 population, where the Melkarts have eaten the last little bit of population. He's blood hunting Kogoria. Okay. But otherwise might not be blood hunting anything else. He does have some shed. Maybe, hopefully some of them are in the patrol stack so that there's some teeth to it. Because it would be a shame if he lost this blood hunting province, like all the patrollers, to just a random Melkart or something. Alright, cool. Well, we'll have to see if Hinnom can finally crack Kasevik. It'll probably take a turn or a couple of turns for Xibalba to recover and get new stuff into place. He might have to cancel some of his own blood hunting to do so, but he might also be a little hesitant to do so, so that could slow Xibalba down. And the slower Xibalba and Hinnom go, the more likely we are, I think, to have a Scales winner. which would be, I guess, like Berytos or Mekone. I'm trying to think which one my favorite would be. And I think right now I'm leaning towards but that would be the longest game, because they would have to fight so many different people to get thrones. It could come down to a weird global play, too. We'll just have to see. All right, and I'll go ahead and call it here. Hopefully you all have a good time, and I will see you guys next time. Later. Bye.